So if I just recorded myself like this right now, obviously I have the autofocus on my face, auto track focus, zoom in and out. Can't really see me obviously in this lighting, but if you were to put me like this, it would be totally fine. Alright, good morning guys, or good afternoon, or good night, whenever you're watching this video. But I head to class right now, it's raining, it's cold, it's that annoying rain where it starts to, it's like drips, little drips, but like super cold. But anyways, yeah, don't want to get my camera wet, so I'll see you then. Alright guys, so basically I just got out of my, alright cool. So basically right now I just got back from my class, my last class of the semester, because this was the last day of the semester. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to just to connect the previous clip and this one. So other than that, there's not much I'm gonna really do in this video in particular, because outside it's raining, as you can see, rain. Pouring. But anyways, other than that, it's probably just gonna cut to me like at home just talking and stuff like that. That's also another thing I kind of want to incorporate with these YouTube videos, is that I want to also communicate with you guys as well too, with the audience, and sort of just talk about like my mental intuitions, I guess, my mental intuition I would say. If you would want to listen to more in-depth stuff that I usually say and like that I say at the top of my head, then I would recommend to listen to the Internal Thoughts podcast. That's my podcast on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. It's listed there. It's called the Internal Thoughts, but I say podcast just to sort of connect it as a podcast, but it's just called Internal Thoughts. But basically I just go in-depth with all it is that goes on in my head, you know, with just like with life philosophy, with starting a business, or self-determination, having to also connect with myself as well, with the audience and also to the podcast listeners about my personal life as well too. Like I would talk about like all kinds of stuff. So I would recommend to you guys to really listen to the Internal Thoughts podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So just type in Internal Thoughts podcast on the search bar on either of those two platforms, and from there you could download and listen to the 3 episodes that I have right now so far. But don't worry, I'm making more episodes. I always make new episodes every Thursday, excluding from last week or one of the weeks it doesn't connect due to some time constraints and stuff like that. But all in all, the regular like routine new episodes that would come out would be every Thursdays. So yeah, I would recommend you guys check it out if you're really into life philosophy, entrepreneurship, starting a business, and just sort of like if you're interested in just having to connect with me, I guess, or just sort of know who I am and stuff like that. I doubt you would want to know, but you know, if you're just interested in stuff like that, or if you just want to kill some time or whatever like that, I would go recommend listening to it. You know, I got some good stuff in there too. So all in all, stuff like that. And yeah, also I kind of want to plug in as well with my Orion merch as well too. Please go, well, I don't want to sound desperate, but if you have the money for it, all in all, if you're interested in sort of like what I would categorize it as motivational streetwear, which is basically like, you know, the everyday, you know, sort of fashionable, like long sleeve, hoodie, short sleeve, tank top, t-shirts, stuff like that, in all kinds of different colors. There's 2 versions. There's a black and a white version, but then there's another collection that I have, which is called the Imagination Collection. But anyways, I kind of want to just talk briefly about the overall concept of Orion Apparel, and that it's motivational streetwear, which is basically I give in motivational and uplifting quotes that I come up with, and I write them or I put them down on t-shirts, but it's like taglines. It's not like full-on quotes, full-on sentences. It's just a tagline, but it holds so much meaning and significance to it that I'm just really I just love it so much. I love the design. I love the logo as well too. So if you're really interested in buying some Orion merch to support me and support the channel, I would really much appreciate it. And yeah, all in all, right now so far what we have for collection is the Do the Unthinkable collection, and I left a description on each apparel, like each article of clothing there's a description on there talking briefly about the idea of each tagline that I have. So the first collection is the Do the Unthinkable tagline, the collection, and then the other one, which is fairly new, is the Orion Imagination Apparel. You click on one of the articles on that collection, you read the description of it, and it talks briefly about what the collection and the tagline is all about and the meaning behind behind it and all that stuff. So if you're really interested in stuff like that, I'll leave the link down in the description so that you could click on it, see what you could find if you're interested, if you want to buy some to support me and support the channel. Very much appreciated. And yeah, I just love the support right now, even with these videos as well. Even if it's very small, if I only get like a couple views or whatever, I appreciate and love every single one of you who watched the video. I just want to let you guys know that I support you guys, and that I love that you show so much support towards me. And I really just want to continue on with the YouTube stuff, with my YouTube channel, with Orion Apparel, with my podcast. And I appreciate even just at least one, even if I only have one viewer on my videos. I love you so much just for having to even watch the video. And all in all, I just want to keep doing this for as long as I can, you know, however long that the tank can hold up, I guess. I don't know how the saying goes, but yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk briefly about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it on this part of the video. What is this? Look at this. Oh, you can't really see it, but oh, dang it. Can't even like. I could open up the windows, but I don't want to because I don't want the inside of the. I don't want the interior of the car getting wet by the rain. But what the fudge is this? It's raining too hard. No. Hey guys, so basically I just came back from my class. As you can tell, I'm at home now. Basically, I'm just gonna probably just talk about like what I did for class and stuff like that. Specifically today, most importantly, because today was the last day of the semester. So I kind of just want to give like a brief overview as to what I've done, and I'll just talk about like the courses first. So basically, the courses that I had so far the courses that I had for the fall semester was a reading class, math, I think it was 1030, math 1030, which was like a problem solving class, English 1030, which is like English composition and writing composition basically, psychology, which is general psychology, you know, study of the mind and stuff like that, history just talks about, well, it was just mostly talking about like world history, so it just wasn't inclusive towards US history, but it was everything else. Obviously it's in the name, world history. And then my GE class, which is basically like I don't know if you guys had this for your school, but AVID was basically college prep course to sort of get you through the basics of like understanding how college works and the fundamentals of it and all that stuff. What this was, GE class, was basically that, and it was an introduction to transitioning into your freshman year of college, and so that was basically just the overall aspect of that class. Having talked about all of the classes and all the courses that I've taken, I kind of just want to give like sort of an overview as to everything that I've incorporated and sort of just like got throughout the entire semester. Basically what's very important, I think, would be the end. Though most stuff, like obviously it's a bit weird to say that. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, like I was saying before, the end, it kind of sounds a little weird because it's usually, you always hear the cliche thing where it's like, it's always about the journey, not the destination and all that stuff. But it's also important to sort of add on the ending, the final destination by the end of the journey, because obviously it's important, because I think that's what's important about the final destination, is that you can sort of reflect on your journey. And in this case, I would be talking about my whole semester, my fall semester, and that was the whole journey that I had to go through in order to complete and make it to the end, the final destination, the last day of the semester. And so we were basically just finishing up our finals, our exams, and all that stuff. You know, if you're a college student, then you know the gist of that. All in all, I kind of just want to give my brief reflection on the whole experience. Also, from having to be a first-year college student, a freshman obviously, and my first semester, having to complete my first semester is a huge deal because it sort of gives you a basis as to what college is going to be about for the overall, however long you're going to stay, if you're getting for your bachelor's or master's, or even if you're in community college and you're getting your associate's degree. It's like your first semester is always a very important portion of your college career because it just talks about the fundamentals and the basis of college. And so having to reflect on what I've done for this semester, it really helps out on as to like give you a brief overview both in the past and future tense. You could sort of see like how I've done so far in the first semester and then what I can expect to see in the future semesters that I take as I continue on with my college career. And so giving this reflection really helps out in a sense that it gives me a clarity and understanding as to whether or not it answers the important question as to whether college is important or not. And judging from having to complete my first semester, it doesn't really, like, having inexperience or lack thereof of my college career, it's really like you haven't given enough time to sort of come up with a solution, or not a solution, a response to that question. It all sort of stems as to your preference, and also it stems as to your experience and how far you've used or how much you've done in the course of your college career, even if it's just only your first semester, or if you're already like in your junior or senior year of college. Which, if you were in your senior year of college, I would just let that finish. Even, let's say if you're just your obviously if it's your bachelor's degree, then obviously if you're there for 4 years, you're getting your bachelor's degree on whatever field of study that you're taking. If you're in your senior year, might as well just finish it up there. Wow, my voice cracked there. Might as well just finish it. But let's say if you're someone like me, if you're a freshman or you're a sophomore, let's say if you're already in the home stretch of your college career, you're in the home stretch, you're a sophomore, and you're still having these sort of doubts and saying like, is college really for me? It all stems, I don't have a definite answer, a solution, or just a response to that question, because again, it all pertains to you. And so with that said, this is just sort of my reflection as to how I've experienced the final day of my first semester of college. And overall, I think it was pretty well, knowing that I've made some friends as well too at my college. And so college really helps out with having to open up and having to really just conversate with new people, because it's just people from all around the globe. If you were to think about it, college is actually very international, I would say, because it's like, it's not only a national institution, but it also applies to sort of, you know, people who are from different countries and stuff like that. So I really enjoy that aspect. But overall, just having the connection and stuff like that really helped out with having to only had one semester of my first year, obviously. It really just helped out. It made me connect. It made me really understand and evaluate myself, and as well towards others, to really connect and also understand, to be open, to be genuine, and to be open towards other people, and knowing that other people are somewhat similar like you. And it's really cool because it brings that relatability to your college experience. So it brings the joy and the fun in college, even though it's very highly stressful and time consuming and just overall work. But if you have like groups of friends that you've just met in your first semester, it's really awesome, because it means that you just build a connection to however long your college career you end up having. That's sort of the overall general aspect as to what I wanted to talk about, as this was the last day of my fall semester in my freshman year. I would say that I know this next portion is going to sound really cliche, but having to go through the highs and lows, it sort of just brings out a sort of clarity, and it brings an understanding as to the people around you. I would say that the people around you are very important, because they are huge support systems towards your life. They are people that push you through difficult obstacles, and sometimes if you're never there for yourself, you always have other people there to heavily influence you in the right direction. And so yeah, that's pretty much what I kind of wanted to talk about. I hope I didn't leave out anything. If I did, please write it down in the comments below. If you're interested in my thoughts as to whatever topics, obviously keep them, you know, friendly and stuff like that, or just very like life driven, just maybe just with school, with just general life, with relationship, even though I shouldn't be giving you any relationship advice, because I have no relationship advice or lack thereof. But I mean, any sort of topic is a good topic to talk about. Obviously friendly, good life, motivational topics. But if you have anything that you would like me to talk about and incorporate in these videos, please write them down in the comments below. And overall, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Obviously I'll leave all my social medias and stuff like that down in the description below, or probably I'll leave an end card thing at the end of the video. But overall, I really enjoyed making this video and just sort of talking about my general overview as to my first semester of college. And so yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, week, month, year, and yeah, I hope you guys are happy and stuff like that. That's also very important. I would say, you know, be kind to others, even though someone else probably just came up with that, but I had to come up with a nice like ending sort of tagline and closing tagline or something like that. Just be happy. I would say that. I think it would just be that, you know. I hope everybody is, you know, happy. If you're not, understand that pain is temporary, so understand that.